This is the future. Evolution. This is the future. Evolution.
Well, hello, everybody. Welcome to Late Night. Good to see everybody out there in chat rolling on in. I am, of course, Bigfoot, Mr. Rob, BMR. And, of course, I've got my usual cast in tonight. From the Blondes and the Booze, Krista and Brandi. Please subscribe to the Blondes and the Booze on YouTube, if not already. The lovely Monica Rollins from our paranormal world. Please subscribe to her, if not already. Texas Front Porch, subscribe if not already. He'll be joining us, I think, midway through the show or whenever he's done doing what he's doing. So thanks. I hope everybody had a great New Year. And it's something I'm going to talk about when I get the show rolling about New Year. You know, there's always something to start on this show. Before we get started, I, of course, have to thank everybody. Buy my books. That's right. Thank you. I appreciate it. Bigfoot Mystery represents True Cryptid Encounters, Book 1 and Book 2, both found on Amazon. For those that bought it over Christmas, thank you, and thank you to the marketing department led by Monica. You can find it on Amazon. Just type Bigfoot Mystery Rob in the browser. You can also find it in my profile page. So thank you. And if you did buy it, you guys, please leave a review, much like YouTube, the analytics. It's all about analytics these days. It promotes sales. The analytics, much in YouTube with the like and leaving comments, also promotes the analytics for our shows. Supposedly, you're supposed to get more people, you know, that come your way. And just like I'm 38 subscribers short of 5,000. And again, that's supposed to be a milestone. If you hit 5,000, well, guess what? Allegedly, your analytics do go up. So hopefully I'll hit that. I should hit it in January. I wanted it by Christmas. Didn't quite get it. I'm going to bring up the gals, and we'll talk about the conference a little bit before we get started. So I'm going to welcome my lovelies. Krista, how's it going?
I'm good. How are you?
I'm pretty good. I'm not bad. I'm just about glad that technically the holiday season is done. Till you get through the weekend, a lot of people are off, and I get all that. Mm-hmm. So it is what it is. I'm gonna bring up the lovely Brandi.
Hi, everybody.
Hello, Brandi. How are you today?
I'm good. I'm a little worn out from the Donnie Cho show there.
Yeah, anybody who sat through that should be worn out. I should have gave you two the night off. Monica did a good job by not showing up. Terrible movie.
Yeah,
and I'll bring up the rounding up my three lovelies here, Monica.
Oh, thank you.
You're welcome. How's it going, Monica?
It's going. How are you?
I'm pretty good. I'm not bad. You know, had a lot of things I had to take care of, and blah blah blah. And you know, it is what it is, right? You know, we're getting through that, and this is kind of the seasons are done. But this is kind of like the end of the week where you still have people are still out and about. And, you know, so the holidays, I think, is totally done by Monday. I've took down all my stuff already. And so I'm just ready to, I'm ready for football. Oh, speaking of which, good old BMR won his fantasy football championship.
Where did you go?
I don't know.
Was that you, Monica? I saw somebody blink out for a minute. Was that Monica?
It was me.
Wow.
She disappeared on us for a minute. Sorry, Rob. Didn't mean to interrupt you.
No, you're okay. I mean, you know, I just talked
Here and gone.
Yeah.
I was talking about my illustrious victory, fourth time in 31 years. Me and 2 other guys hold that title of 4 trophies in 31 years that I've been playing.
Wow.
There's a bunch of dudes with 3, a couple guys with 2, and last year, believe it or not, at year 30, one guy who's been with us 30 years won his first one in 30 years last year. So yeah, it's tough. We got a lot of good players, so we all know what we're doing. So that was fun. I got my Lions. They play Monday or Sunday nights, and yeah, we're too injured to go further to move on after Sunday. We're gonna win Sunday, I think, but playoffs, nope. I think my Super Bowl dreams are gonna be shattered because we've got people that have been watching Netflix and eating donuts on the team now. Because that's how injured we are. No, they literally called up people that have not played football in a year and a half, 2 years, sitting around all out of shape. We needed players. We have 21 people lost for the season, you guys. That's a lot of players. So
Yeah.
most of them are on the defensive side of the ball. But you guys, especially Monica, all the girls, you all like football. You'll like listen to me.
I don't know if it's me, but you're cutting in and out, Rob.
Am I cutting in and
I
out?
wonder if it was me because I was.
I know.
like,
I was just. Yeah.
What about now? Am I good now? Sometimes if
You're
I
better
move
now.
around, my mic don't pick up because I
Yeah,
have a
don't
tendency
move.
to go like this.
Don't
You're
move.
being like a bobblehead.
No movement. I've got to be like straight and narrow,
Yeah,
like a
you're better
robot. Hello, I
Yeah.
am BMR.
Yeah, it's not the bobblehead BMR.
Yeah, there you go. No bobble. I do that a lot. I notice. I gotta get that's my. I don't do New Year's resolutions, but I'm gonna get rid of that. I'm gonna try to stay more stable.
There you go.
That's the appropriate word. The new word for me for January is stable. Be stable.
Stable.
You know,
That needs to be
And-
Donnie Cho's new word.
oh well, boy. I think that's a good one there. And before we get on, of course, we got to promote what we got going on.
Well, first we got to tell Monica happy birthday.
Well, I told her that a
You
couple
did.
of days ago.
I don't know,
Yesterday.
tell her.
It wasn't a couple of days ago.
Well, I know. Was it yesterday?
It was yesterday.
Oh, okay. Well, see, Monica, I gotta get stable. I have to get stable.
Consistent. How's that?
There we go. Happy birthday.
Happy birthday. Even
Thank
though it
you
was
all.
yesterday, we haven't seen you. So happy
I know.
birthday.
Thank
Sure.
you. Thank you. Since you're not going to the Super Bowl, maybe you can go to New Orleans with me.
Oh boy,
Are you afraid now?
am I afraid? I'm not afraid of you, Monica.
No, not me.
Am I afraid of New Orleans? Oh, with the riffraff that took place in New Orleans? Did you
Yeah.
see that? Oh man, no, I'm not scared of that because when your number's up, your number's up. But that's just the way I feel about it. But it's terrible, tragic. I saw that. I'm like, wait a minute, Monica will be down there in a couple of weeks.
Yeah.
When are you going?
The 17th.
Gotcha.
Yeah, that's always terrible though when you hear that in the news. Not to make light
It
of it.
is.
Yeah, they won't hit that area again.
No, I'm not worried about it.
Yeah.
Well,
But it is
they-
terrible it happened.
right.
It is.
Because they were talking about this man drove around the barricade. So I'm sure that they're going to fix that and remedy that.
Mhm.
The barricades didn't do any good anyway.
No,
But,
they
you
just drove
know,
around them.
Yeah, they're not a fast moving vehicle could push those out of there. They're just K rails. They're not heavy.
Yeah. Yeah. They really need to do something about that for sure.
Yeah, I would say.
Yeah.
But they have to be portable because people do drive up and down the streets during the day. It's really just blocked off at night for
For that.
drinkers, for the people that are partying.
Right, right.
Speaking of partiers, the number one partier in Texas, Mr. Weston kindly joins us.
And you know what, Tex? You missed a heck of a movie. Let me tell you,
Oh,
it was
boy.
fantastic.
I tell you, I wish I'd have seen it 20 years ago or whenever it was put out because
It was
It had-
Gillis Island meets Bigfoot.
If I would have seen that in 1970, I would have never watched it again. I would have said, "I'm sorry, Donnie, I've got other things I got to do."
I got to tell you, it had Academy Award written all over it.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I
you
could
missed
tell
that.
that just by the poster.
Yeah, exactly. So we made mention of it, or I made mention of it on Donnie's show. I mean, because we've talked about it several times about the Patterson Gimlin film, about
Mhm.
people talking about that it was a costume and blah blah blah. Well, there is your first movie right there, and it
Yep.
shows you there is no way that Hollywood could even come close to what was on that film.
Yeah. That
No
movie
way.
was absolutely awful.
It was, and that was the first movie out of the gate, with Bigfoot. So that just kind of proves the point and drives it home that it was not a costume.
Yep. It was
I
not.
brought somebody with me.
Well,
see
yeah, I know. I know. I've seen.
Welcome,
Mr.
Brent.
Thomas.
Yeah.
Brent's just a staple around all the shows. I mean, it's awesome. Mr. Thomas, Brent Thomas, the Paranormal Portal, found on YouTube. Please subscribe. Hello, Brent.
Pull me in, coach. I'm ready. I'm ready.
You're ready. It's always the more the merrier at midnight on a Saturday. Technically Sunday morning for me, right?
Absolutely.
Sure.
You
we
guys
just
see
get-
plenty of Mary. Yeah, a lot of Mary here.
Mary Quack and Cherry, maybe.
We just wrapped up the portal, but Tex said I'm coming over here. I was trying to beat Tex, but Tex got here first.
Lightning fast Tex.
Yeah.
He's quick.
Yeah, that's the only time you'll get to see me move fast is on the internet. I guarantee you that.
Yeah, Tex would not even be moving fast if he was chased down by Dogman in the middle of the woods.
I bet he'd move fast in that case. I bet.
I don't know
I
about
don't know. Ask Brandy. I don't get in no hurry.
Yeah, it doesn't matter if you're in danger, he's in danger. He's just, it's just not working out. Because I literally had a thought one time, oh shit, we're going to die.
Oh boy.
Apparently, it's not a big
You'll
deal.
be laughing. I'm to be honest with you.
Well, I gotta
Here we
hear
go.
that. I gotta hear that. But let's take care of this other one piece of business first, and then I want to hear
Okay.
about this experience.
Oh, you
Yep.
heard about it, but yeah.
We got the Crossing Realms Conference.
We do.
UFOs, Paranormal, Cryptid, September 19th and 20th at the Eagleton Civic Center in Richmond, Missouri. Hopefully it's not snowing.
Yeah, they're under a blizzard warning over there at the museum.
Yeah. And
Yep.
we've got a growing a bunch of people in this thing.
I'll be
We've
right
got-
back.
Go
So
ahead,
many.
guys.
We need 2 posters.
Yeah, we do. We
Yes,
started our
we do.
sec-
He
we
is
started-
making two.
We
I
started
know.
our second poster, and
Thank you, Maggie.
Thank you,
Thank-
Maggie.
I can't see in the chat. Thanks, Maggie, for whatever you did. Awesome. 'Cause I can't
Whatever
see
you
it.
did.
I can't
She
see
sent
it.
you a super sticker.
Thank you. I don't have it in the chat room. Thank you, Maggie. That's so awesome. Great way to start the show. Super chats are available. Also, you can become a BMR pirate. Join today, join the many, join the few, depending on your point of view. That's right. You get a picture of me with your bandana, with my bandana, a bandana next to you in the chair. Thank you ever so much. Donations not expected, but always greatly appreciated. So thank you to Maggie for starting it off. So yeah, Josh Hurd, paranormal guy. He's a cool guy. He's been on my show once. I know he's been on the Blondes of Booze many times. Great guy, very entertaining, and he knows his business out there. Heather Mosier, small town monster producer. Frankie and Dan, paranormal researchers from the Haunted Garage, and they will also be featuring a haunted car for us to check out. Tex, of course, is the master of ceremonies. Moving down, Greg Ogles, filmmaker and researcher. He's had that premiere tonight out there in Alabama of his newly released film. So hopefully that's turning out well for him. I know it's been plastered on Facebook. I've not been on the internet much today. So he'll be joining us. William Lunsford from Arkansas, talking about the Falk Monster. Ronald Murphy, Lady Ann Celine, also they're teaming up for a great little talk that they're going to speak on. I think the Elementals. Dr. Dean Bertram, he'll be talking some UFOs and other weird stuff. And then our special guest, Dana Stricker. She's a psychic medium and lecturer. Ken Gerhard, TV personality and author. You all know Ken. And of course, Brent Thomas, podcaster, researcher from Idaho. That's right. We have someone from Idaho joining us. That'd be fantastic.
Way up in the panhandle. Too.
Yeah, there we go. And also not on this picture here, we added a great friend of all of ours, Sir Brian Bowden is coming on. He's going to be a speaker as well. And this is sponsored. Doug Hijack from Monster Quest is sponsoring this for us, as well as 3 or 4 other sponsors. I don't know who they are because
Para with the Normal is one of them.
Para with the Normal.
Yep. And then we also have we have some more special guests too.
And more special guests. Boy, this thing is unending, never stopping. And you guys, the ghost hunt is already sold out. How about that? I think that we're off to a great start.
Yeah, I do too. And it's so reasonably priced.
Right. So with the special guest, I do have the list in front of me that Krista has to send to me every day because it's always updated. We are having Ryan Edwards. Christopher Garantano will be with us for the weekend, but Friday night after the meet and greet, he will be showing his film that is included in the ticket for a Friday night. So don't worry about that. David Glidden will be joining us, Linda Eastburn, and Carter Bouchard. So we're super excited. Super excited.
Oh yeah, we got a lot. I gotta tell you guys, we did a good job with this. A lot of cool people, man. I know them all, most all of them.
And then we also have another person, Mike. I don't want to kill his name, and I'm sure I'm going to do it, but it's Mike Familian.
Yeah, you did it.
You said it right.
You said it right.
Yeah. And Mike Familian will be with us. Oh yeah, I mean, this is just going to be a star-studded event,
Yep. So it's going to be a fun one.
Yeah, it is going to be a fun one. I can't wait. Can't wait for it. And it's going to be a lot of fun. A lot of fun. I think I'll be down Thursday. Don't know what the airport I'll be at.
Well, I hope y'all come Thursday because Thursday night we've got plans.
Yeah, I know.
I
know.
I'll have you know, I did a sample run over the holidays and just drove to Minnesota, which is 20 hours.
Oh,
wow. Over the holidays. So I know I can do it.
Awesome.
It's not easy, but
no.
Yeah. And so how far would, and you're upright with Minnesota. You're paralleling Minnesota. Then you got to go south. So how many days does it take you? Are you driving?
Yeah, but it's only going to be two extra hours. It's 20 to 22 hours. So,
wow.
Yeah, because you're out there right by Canada.
Yeah, I mean, literally, I could almost throw a rock and hit Canada from Latin figuratively. It's like an hour drive away, so very close. Yeah. I don't want to, instigate any acts of war over here, but I'm saying.
Right. Well, and Kimber in chat says that she wants to get there on Thursday, so it's not a rush. Absolutely.
So
Absolutely.
is that when
Thursday?
So Thursday is when to get there, though, right?
Well, that's the night we're going to go have fun.
Yeah, Thursday is for speakers and guests and special guests and whoever shows up early.
Just to hang out and have fun.
Thursday's a hangout day because we have to work Friday and Saturday.
That's when we can drink.
Yeah.
Bingo. Nailed it.
That's going to be our hangout day for sure.
Yep.
And is the karaoke all lined up then, or how's this working?
Well,
that's Texas job.
That's
there's one bar in town that they do concerts there, which is really weird because, as Brandi knows, Richmond is a small town, and this small town they had it was Creedence Clearwater Revival was just there recently. The Kentucky Headhunters were there, so there's a chance.
Kentucky Headhunters.
Oh, come on.
Rob.
Come on, Rob.
Come on.
I
You
said,
know that song from the 80s?
They're a country rock band.
I said,
Southern
ooh,
rock.
the country. I didn't say anything negative. I said, ooh, the country Headhunters.
Give me no lines and keep your hands to yourself.
Yes, I love that. Unfortunately, that guy passed on, didn't he?
I have no idea.
Or is that ooh,
The
Cherry
song
Bomb?
didn't. I mean, lead singers come and go a lot.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What song? Wait a minute, back up. What song? What?
Don't hand me
Yeah.
no lines and keep your hands to
Hands to
yourself.
yourself. Yeah, I love
That's
that.
not
I love
Kentucky Headhunters.
Isn't it? I thought it was.
It's Georgia
Yeah.
Satellite.
Oh, it's Georgia Salis. Oh, well.
Yeah.
See now, Tex. Oh, Tex knows.
Yeah.
I was wrong. I thought it was them.
I'm going to answer this question really quick, you guys, because Keith is, he's bought 4 tickets and all.
Ooh.
Is the hotel walking distance to the conference center?
No, it's not.
Okay.
It's a few miles.
Okay.
Well, if you want to get your steps in, it is. I'm just saying.
Right.
I will not be
Everything,
Everywhere is walking distance if you want.
everything's. You just read my mind, Monica. I just read it would take me 11 days to walk to Rio de Janeiro.
You better get to stepping, Rob.
I'm not going though.
It's actually like if you really want to walk, the hotel is on one side of town, the museum and the conference place is on the other side of town. So
I'm getting my steps in by 2-stepping. I'm just saying.
There you go. But
Texas
I did get a call from a friend who's with Quincy After Dark Paranormal, and you know what she's doing? They found out that somebody very close to them has pancreatic cancer. So they're doing a fundraiser for them, and they're buying 2 tickets to our conference to put in a basket, to raffle off. So that's amazing. That's going to be amazing. That's pretty cool.
And you know what we can do? We're all here right now. If they're going to buy 2, how about we all donate 2 to the cause and give them 4? I am so on board for that. If everybody here right now is good with that, let's donate. So Brandi, let her know that we are donating 2 also. So there'll be 4.
Okay, I'll do it right now.
Okay.
And a T-shirt.
Yep. And then just send the name. Yeah, and we'll give a T-shirt. So send us the name of the winner, so we'll know.
Kimber says Texas tabletop karaoke.
Yeah. Well, Tex is a very smooth dancer, by the way. He really is. For the size of this man, who, by the way, has lost over 100 pounds, he can move. He can cut the rug. Trip the light fandango, as they say.
Exactly what they say.
I know. Was I off, Monica?
No, you said it perfectly.
Thank you. I gotta hear this almost getting unalive, Brandi. I didn't think I heard this story.
Oh yeah.
We need Brandi's near-death experience with Tex.
You've heard this.
Yeah, exactly.
And
Don't count on him if you're in trouble. If he's back there, he's not in no hurry to get to you. He's just going to watch everything unfold. That's it.
That's the whole plan. Y'all go first and get it where he can get away. There you go.
I didn't even have a gun. You know what? Talking about guns and stuff, I found out today that there's a shooting range down the road from the house, and an indoor shooting range. And I got in trouble for saying this, so I'm going to say it, but I'm going to say it in a way that you shouldn't say it.
Okay.
I'm going to take you down.
On Rob.
Sounds terrible already, but yeah.
So there's this guy that was at the shooting range, shot himself in the head, killed himself, trying to clear his weapon.
Oh, don't tell me he looked down the barrel.
Oh God! Wow.
And I made the comment when I was told this. I made the comment of, "Well, somebody shouldn't own a gun. That's kind of natural selection at its best."
Oh boy!
Evidently, that was not the kindest comment to say.
No,
not at all.
Yeah, that was kind of tragic.
And I mean, I know, I get it now, okay, but I mean, I'm like,
you just said what some people were thinking.
Well, yeah.
People thought it. You just said it.
That's right.
I mean, because to do that, Monica, you're right. You'd have to be.
I know.
What are you doing?
Yeah,
that's
unfortunate.
That's shite crazy.
That person should have never had a gun in their hand. Never.
I mean, I can't think of any. I mean, I can't think of any other way unless he was clearing it still down like towards his leg and he hit his femoral artery. I mean, he could have done that.
No, he shot himself in the head.
Oh, it was in the head. Okay, yeah, he was looking in the barrel.
That's awful.
That's horrible.
Yeah.
I mean, it is super freaking tragic, and my heart goes out to his family, friends, and all that kind of stuff.
Sure.
And even the people that were there that witnessed the incident.
Oh, yeah.
But, you know, the range master must feel absolutely horrible.
Mm-hmm.
You know,
Yeah.
Was it his own pew pew?
as far as I know, yeah.
Wow. I mean,
And
don't common sense take over at some point though? I mean, I was raised with guns, and you never point them at yourself, you never point them at somebody else, whether they're loaded or not. Like,
yeah, you always treat it as it's
Be
loaded.
renamed because
Always.
it's not common.
I will tell you guys something on that about the gun thing. As far as pointing a weapon at someone, my mom and dad, me and my brother,
Here we go.
real young kids playing. We used to make Lego guns and point them and shoot at each other. And my dad laughed, but my mom thought we should, point guns, even though they're Lego guns. She wasn't big on that. So eventually she got her way, and of course we had to build castles instead of guns, which was kind of cool. I guess.
boring.
Yeah.
Mm.
So
Riley Ron says maybe he was drunk. If he was okay,
He
If he
shouldn't have
was-
been on the range
if
at
he
all.
was
Then.
allowed on the range after drink, no, you do not do that. Do not do that.
oh boy, no.
But no, I just it's really, really tragic, and that was very,
It is very
very
sad.
insensitive for me to say that. But it's like
But it's
I don't-
true.
I have my moments. I'm sorry.
It's very sad though. It really is.
It is sad, and Tex, you always have your moments. Everybody that knows
We
you
all
in this
have
community.
I don't
you know.
think before I speak, and it gets me in
It's
trouble.
usually me doing that, Tex. Come on now.
I know.
Now, Monica, you're pretty. I know how you are, but you're pretty. You don't really say much on
I
live
know.
TV.
How you are.
Well, he's not wrong, Monica.
No, he's not. He's not. That just made me laugh.
Yeah. Before we get on some bizarre stuff, I got to ask you guys a question because I'm in a conundrum. I do not know. Give me your thoughts across the board. Everybody can just chime in, no particular order. When is it appropriate? Now, as I mentioned, Christmas fell in the middle of the week, New Year's Day, middle of the week, blah, blah, blah. So, it's time to put away the tree, and life in general starts up again Monday. Because I think a lot of people over this weekend is still kind of festive for some people that aren't working. But my question to you all is, when do you stop saying Happy New Year to people? Because I'm pretty much done with it already here on January 5th.
I think we're done with it.
I
Yeah.
only say it if they say it to me first.
Yeah.
So you think right after the second, just forget it. If you didn't see the person on the first or the second, just life
Yeah,
rolls on.
get in there.
Yeah.
Well, I think
Yeah.
I think it's the exact opposite. If I understood what you said, Rob.
Yeah.
Because if I didn't see him on the first or second, and I might go, oh, by the way, Happy New Year.
Yeah, well,
Well, you're
again.
such a polite country boy, Tex.
Oh, thanks.
Well, unless you've had an accident on a shooting range, I am, I guess.
The rest of us moved on with our lives. I didn't see you the first or second. Have the year you deserve.
On the
So-
third, it's like, we're in it now.
Well, leave it up to Donnie Cho. He has the answer. He says January 15th is the cutoff. Really, Donnie? January 15th?
Officially, did you look that up? I guess
I
it's
say
true. It
the
just
official
depends,
cutoff should be as soon as you clean up after the party.
Well,
everybody out.
I like what Donnie said, what he did to himself. He says, I gave myself a bloody nose doing nunchucks once.
Whatever that has to do with New Year's Day.
Shocking.
Great times with Donnie Shaw on New Year's.
Maybe we should try that again live. Just
I would
saying.
love to see that demonstration.
Yeah.
I would
Yeah.
too.
Me too. I'd pay to watch that. That'd be
Brent-
funny.
PPV.
Well, then again, we all during the holidays, some of us they're festive, some of us it is grieving, and it's different for everybody.
It is.
Right.
It is.
And so there's not a true answer. And this guy here, hey, this is a new person, Level Plane Productions. Well, thank you for joining us. Hopefully you're a new subscriber. He says, I never say Happy New Year to nobody ever. Think it depends on your past and how much cheer and partying you really did on New Year's Laugh Online or Laugh Out Loud, whatever that is.
Laugh online.
I don't know. Is that what it is? Laugh Online?
It's
No, laugh out loud.
Yeah.
laugh out loud, Rob.
Oh, really? I never knew that in my since I've been on the internet. I learned something in the new year already.
There you go. You're done until next year. That's it.
That's your one.
So
new thing for
are
the
you guys
year.
pulling my? Is this a New Year's prank? Is it not Laugh Online? Are you serious?
No, it's not laugh online. It's
It's
laugh out
not.
loud.
I see. Okay. Wow, what a dork! Boy.
You're kidding.
I am a dork.
You're
Hey,
full
listen,
of
you guys.
it.
I am
You
such
gotta
a
be.
dork. Hey, listen, this is my second dork move of the new year because I did a Dogman special. I went solo, and it was a pretty good show. And the only way I knew that I had myself muted, and for the second half of the show, someone sent me a super chat. You're muted.
They paid to tell you they
They
couldn't.
paid to tell me that. Yes,
Donnie.
because I wasn't reading the chat because I was into it, and I wasn't paying attention until the nice, beautiful dollar thing popped up with the color, and I'm like, I was about muted about 3 minutes, so I don't know how to
That's
edit that out.
embarrassing.
So I had to start over.
Rob was reading solo, so nobody could hear him.
While I read the story to myself.
That's funny.
Oh,
And I just found out that Keith bought a BMR coffee mug, and I'm glad he told me because I haven't checked that account like months.
yeah, I haven't checked mine either.
Part of the packages that were delivered, sir. You should be checking.
Oh yeah.
That's,
The great package of BMR for 2024 Christmas Eve. Yes.
Just when we were thought we're done with the packages.
Well, I think
We are. We're done until
officially
the
done. We're
tripods roll out next year.
Yeah, we're rolling out something. We're rolling out a big marketing program next year.
We are. I'm already
Brent,
working.
when's the last time you say Happy New Year? Are you pretty much with the rest?
Probably up till next December. I don't know.
Oh, God.
I don't know. I don't know what the rules are. I'll say it probably. I've said it. Like I was just at the grocery store last night and leaving like, hey, Happy New Year. And I don't know. I don't know what the rules are for anything though. Honestly, Rob, I kind of just live here in my cave and don't get out much. So
Yeah, well, I'm not much of a rules guy anyway.
yeah. Well, me either. I'm a rebel.
You're a maverick. You're a maverick there. BMR.
I'm a free spirit, Monica.
It's another way to call it.
Yeah, huh? Very good.
So the M isn't just for Michigan. Could be for Maverick as well.
Bigfoot Maverick Rob. He goes against everybody, including
Goes against the grain.
He goes against the establishment.
You anarchist.
Yeah. Well, those days are coming, I'll tell you. But enough of that.
Rob
So I
always upsetting the apple cart, as they say.
Yeah, well, somebody's got to do it. But anyways, I'm going to move on to some little bizarre news, which is the new installation. I got the idea kind of from Brent. I still have to add music to this, so it's either going to be Brent or Tex to dub the music into this. So I have not had time to do it. And quite frankly, I don't know how to do it.
We can all whistle like the X-Files theme song. Well,
I got you, Rob. Here you go.
Yeah, I like that. I got to figure out how to put it on what I like. See, yeah, that works perfect. That's going to go perfectly with this. as we start, we finally we're gonna get out the little creepiness, little bizarre. Well, this is bizarre more than creepy. With a little of this, everybody. That's right.
Oh, nice.
It'd be so much better with the music, of course.
I still hear the MTV news. Do you
Yeah.
remember the old
Well,
MTV news?
I can
Yeah.
create something, maybe, Monica. That'd be cool if you want to create something. Send it on over. I don't know if you know how to do that. I'm sure
I'm your
you do.
marketing director, not the
You know,
audio department.
well, I tell you what, I do like this. I'll do it one more time. That is kind of cool, but it kind of has that MTV Globe already. Yeah, Monica, if you have an idea, send it on over. This is not nothing. It's trial and error for the month of January. So,
Happy New Year, by the way.
okay, yeah, Happy New Year, Brent. I think we should say. I think we said Happy New Year over Facebook, though. I'm not sure. There's so many people.
I think that every week there should be a new song played over that audio, and it's up to one of us to play it.
Oh, now, oh wow, and don't tell me
Great
what it
idea.
sounds like.
Yeah, don't tell you what it is.
Oh boy,
You just put it up there, and we'll start the audio.
Boy, that'd be kind of cool. That's a little bit of work for somebody, but yeah, okay.
Don't tell me no lies and keep your news to yourself.
There you go.
That's good.
So with the bizarre news, everybody, I'm not going to read no articles. What I do is I grab a headline, and what I do is I've pulled out sections of it just to read because some of these you don't need it, and then we can kind of have a little talk about it. It doesn't matter how long we talk about it, 2 minutes, 30 minutes, depending how interested we are in it.
Just like Brent does on his show.
I already gave him props for that. But mine's
You're
just
basically copying your stuff, Brent.
I'm copying Brent Thomas from the Paranormal Portal, just like the NFL. It's a copycat league out there.
It's flattery, right?
I was going to say it's the highest form of flattery. I love it.
Yeah, but it's not exactly how Brent does it. And moving on, thank you.
We changed it at least 15% so we couldn't get sued.
Yes. Again, she's also my publicist, Monica. Number one, here's the first one. And the title of this was, they told insurers a bear damaged their car, but actually it was a person in a costume. Yeah. A life-size bear costume, including a head, a claw, and tools, it says after that. The California Department of Insurance says detectives found this bear costume at the home of the suspects accused of orchestrating fake bear attacks on their vehicles. The 4 residents from Los Angeles were arrested this week after an investigation by the California Department of Insurance revealed that they allegedly used a life-size bear costume to stage attacks on their vehicles in an attempt to secure a 6-figure payout. The suspects, of course, we're all going to recognize these names: Ruben Tamrazine, Ararat Chickernine, Vihi Mandernes, and Alfaya Zuckerman. All in their mid-30s, have been charged with insurance fraud and conspiracy, according to an announcement made by the department on Wednesday. Their alleged scam cost 3 insurance companies a total of $141,000 and change. Operation Bear Claw was put in effect earlier. That's right. After Operation Bear Claw. In January, the suspects claimed that a bear had entered their 2010 Rolls-Royce Ghost and caused interior damage while it was parked in Lake Arrowhead, a region in the San Bernardino Mountains known for its large black bear population.
Because that's where you take your rolls. Okay.
That's where you roll your rolls. However, Monica, moving on, there's something else so interesting about there are other cars involved. The suspects provided video footage of the alleged incident to their unnamed insurance company, with which the department has since posted online. The video shows a furry figure entering through the side door, climbing around the back seat, and crawling out, leaving scratch marks on the leather seats and door. Detectives found 2 more claims involving the same suspects from the same date and location, but involving different cars: a 2015 Mercedes G63 AMG and a 2022 Mercedes E350. So right away, you guys, 3 expensive cars that they're destroying. The insurance money they got is less than the vehicles are worth. They are. The suspects also provided video. That's okay. Blah blah blah. It's a repeat. The department had a biologist from the California Department of Fish and Wildlife review the 3 alleged bear videos. They also, in their opinion, said it was clearly a human in a bear suit. It said detectives executed a search and came up with the bear suit. Now, I do have a picture of the bear suit, you guys.
Oh my gosh!
I do. This is police.
Oh, I'm watching the video.
Yeah, I'm looking up the video.
Well, look up the video. I didn't bother with that, but here's the actual costume.
Looks like a furry.
Look at that, man. That's a cuddly looking bear, man. It's not even a black bear.
Wow.
So
That's special. Are those slippers? Those are the slippers you buy at Walmart.
yeah, let me put it up again. Yeah,
Yeah.
Look at
Okay,
those.
so I'm gonna. Oh my gosh!
That's hilarious.
He
I'm
must have
watching
found
the
the
video.
video. Are you gonna put it up there, Tex?
I am.
Yeah, put it up there.
That's
Yeah, the unknown says also a skinny costume. Oh, here we go. Oh my gosh!
Just looking for CDs, I'm sure.
You can see the ripples. You can see the ripples in the costume.
The costume's too big for him.
Costumes like being generous.
Like
That's
a
a,
human.
yeah, that's like a like onesie.
Yeah,
Right?
exactly. That's hilarious.
Wow.
You
This is my
know.
favorite part right here.
Yeah.
There's a video that shows all 3 cars with him in it.
Oh, I wish we. Yeah, I don't know.
One of each car.
So-
That's hilarious.
So you guys, 3
Hey, Turner.
beautiful cars, 3 expensive cars, which I know the value of one was over 140 grand for sure. Just why? I mean, what are people thinking?
They weren't. That's a problem.
Yeah.
They couldn't have been. They couldn't have been because they found the suit in the home of these people, right? Okay.
Mhm.
So how did they find the suit? They don't have a warrant to go in your house to look for it. So they must have invited the insurance adjuster or whomever in the house and left it laying out.
Or they just threw it in the trunk of the car.
Well, they said it was in the house.
Oh, okay.
They said it was in the house. So is that what happened? I mean, they didn't even have enough sense to put it away.
I wonder though if they wouldn't have had a search warrant because that would be felonious fraud.
Mhm.
They got
Yeah, for that dollar amount, that's the felony. Yeah.
Yeah.
that's a felony. So they might have got a search warrant granted to go look at the property. But yeah, that's still. I mean, that's not like that's not a convincing bear.
Well, yeah, and you're probably right, Brent, because after seeing that video, I would have definitely called for a warrant. I would have definitely said, no, we need to go look for that outfit they got there
yeah.
Yeah.
because that was bad.
Yeah. This is just as bad too. Kimber says, my dad's truck got stolen once. The thief took a Polaroid of himself and left it in the truck.
Wow.
Oh my gosh.
Equally special.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So see, and that was before ring cams, dash
Right?
cams.
Yeah,
anything.
right. Yeah, there
Cell
you go.
phone. You had to go to the trouble to take a freaking Polaroid selfie of yourself.
Yeah, because you know if a bear was inside your vehicle, that it would be, your car would be moving.
Yeah.
I mean,
Oh, it'd be and I tell you, there'd be more
be
than just
shaking.
bear claws in it. It would be ripped out. Those seats would be literally
yeah.
ripped out. Oh, thank you, gas station
Gas
sushi.
station sushi.
Thank you.
5 more
that's-
pirates. Arr! Join
Nice.
the many. Thank you.
arr.
Arr.
But see, that's what I mean. I mean, There's too many things wrong with that to even begin to believe it. It's like I said, as soon as I would have saw that, I went, no,
Mm.
no.
Could you
I would've
imagine being an insurance guy? What would you say? I mean, I would just
I've
start.
been laughing too damn hard.
I'd be going back to my boss and going, hey, look, here's the video. You look at it and you tell me what we need to do because
Yeah.
I'm
We're
not
just
giving
not
this dude
paying.
any money.
We're not paying that.
Yeah, I'm not
Not
giving this dude any
They,
money.
they'd have
whatsoever.
been better off going. You know what? Some guy in a furry costume ripped
Right.
broken up cars.
They would have,
Yep.
And one
did
of them may have been a furry, and
yeah.
There's
how
more
it happened.
evidence of that.
The
I
fact
don't
that,
know.
the fact
I
they
mean,
did
because it had a shirt on. The suit had a shirt.
Some drunk guy came home from a furry party, broke into our cars.
yeah.
Right.
Oh my
I
God!
would have
You
went,
know
I would
what?
have went with that. Some dude broke in the car in a furry suit.
Look
right?
at there is a shirt.
Yeah.
Crazy.
That's what I said. Some dude broke into our car like a furry suit, acting like a bear, and tore up a car.
He's even got a bear pick down at the bottom.
I was just wondering what that was.
That
Yeah.
is
He
those
usually
are
had the-
Shredder.
That's a
Ah.
shredder.
Those are meat
That's what
claws.
they use to put the damage to the vehicle. I imagine. Yeah.
Yes.
yeah, those are meat claws. You can buy them
But it's not,
anywhere.
I have some.
Yeah,
Yeah.
they're the pork-
Those are
pork
nice.
lips.
Those are cozy little slippers, though. I see a lot of chicks wear those. Girls,
Yeah.
women. You know.
the
Sort
sad
of
part is
voice.
they tried to do it 3 times though. That's like
Yeah.
Right.
that's
Yeah.
stupid cubed. I mean, it's just bad. What the
Using
hell?
the same excuse,
Yeah.
Especially with those cars are worth a lot more than some of the houses in the hood of Detroit, man.
Don't
You
we
know?
all drive our Rolls Royce?
Yeah, I drive a $150,000
Yeah.
vehicle. Only to have a bear wreck it for me and get the insurance.
yeah,
money.
they just wanted a new vehicle,
Yeah.
and that's how they were going to get it.
Well,
One, just one for the 3. It's like-
Every time. I mean, they probably had bills to pay off and wanted a new car. So,
They probably were going to start a carpool at that point anyway, so
Yeah.
they
probably
just needed one.
them and their furry friends, I suppose.
yeah.
Yeah, I think that. So you guys good with that? Can we move on to another piece of bizarre news?
Please
This, of
do.
course, is a new little installment to start this show off with. And here it is. Do 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 do.
Boom, boom, boom. Yeah.
Boom boom boom. Yeah, I need the music. Oh boy, I can't even play this without the music.
Da-da-da-da-dun,
Do, 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 do. All right. So moving on. I've got something else here. Whoops, not that one. I don't want to do that one just yet because oh no. I might have screwed something up.
Ruh-roh.
No, I did. I think I did. I don't know. I have it here.
I did see it.
Yeah, I have it here. I just gotta go over here now. The joys of live TV. Well, the more practice I get into finagling things, moving everything about here. Do. Okay, I'm almost there. Here we go. All right. So here's another kind of bizarre thing. Kind of weird. And this is a little more something we all can tackle a little bit here. Story number 2 here. Another monolith appeared near Las Vegas. Who's behind these mysterious objects? First it was Utah, then Romania, then California, Spain, Wales, Paraguay, now Nevada. This metallic monolith, they started to form or be found in late 2020 by unsuspecting viewers in seemingly random locations around the world. Often used as a science fiction movie prop, the mysterious objects captured the public's attention and frequently drew crowds hoping to catch a glimpse of the bewildering columns. Then earlier this month, another gleaming prism materialized outside of Las Vegas. We see a lot of weird things when people go hiking, not like being prepared for the weather or not bringing enough water when they go out into the desert. But you have to check this out as they flashed a picture, which I will show you guys in a minute. Says the Las Vegas Metropolitan Police Department. They said this on a post on X, formerly Twitter. Police say they don't know who was responsible for the monolith or how it got there. Just what exactly are these things? Some have speculated they've been deposited on Earth by alien visitors. Others surmise the monoliths might be a far out of works piece of art or simply playful pranks. According to the website monolithtracker.com, there have been a total of 245 monoliths reported worldwide since late 2020. Earlier this year, on June 17th, Las Vegas authorities announced that a local volunteer search and rescue team had spotted a shiny metallic monolith near Gas Peak in the Desert National Wildlife Refuge north of the city. This one a lot smaller, standing at 6 feet 5 inches tall, 13 inches wide on each side of its three faces. The monolith was made of folded sheet metal and held together with rebar and concrete, authorities had said. 4 days later, the police department said it had helped to remove the monolith due to public safety and environmental concerns. It is now being stored at an undisclosed location in Nevada. So that's that. And I'm going to show you guys a picture of not that one, but the first one. And we've all heard of these too, you guys. And here's the one in Nevada that just got reported. Yeah, I mean, I don't know if that's a fake picture or not, you guys. I mean, you can see right through it, right?
Well, it's a mirror.
It's mirroring.
It's a mirror.
Yeah.
Oh, this monolith is a mirror?
Yeah.
Are they all mirrors?
They look to be.
They're all
Okay.
shiny. Yeah.
Yeah.
So mirror-like surfaces. You're just seeing the mountains around it.
The one in Utah was more like a brushed chrome, kind of like you see on the Cybertrucks.
Yeah.
I'm looking at a photo of it.
Okay. So what's y'all's take anyways? I'm not maybe not on this story, but I know there was a lot of talk about these, and there was even one with the talk about the one in Georgia that had all that mysterious writing on it. In fact, I can't remember which one. Monica?
The guide stones.
The guide stones, yes, those were monoliths as well, correct?
Yeah, I mean, kind of. Yeah.
They've always been there, or they just appear. Or they've always been in Georgia.
They appeared.
Well, first of all, you guys around the table, what do we think about these just appearing? Where do you think they come from? What are they? Are they a hoax? Are they alien? I mean, are they man-made? What's you guys' take on this? I'm gonna start with Brent Thomas from the Paranormal Portal.
I think they're nothing. I think that it's just some kind of pop art culture thing. I don't think there's anything metaphysical or paranormal about them or extraterrestrial. I just think it's just a gimmick that a bunch of people have collaborated to do. So I don't. My vote is it's nothing.
Brent votes nothing. Let's go to around the room, just randomly looking. Oh boy, Krista.
I don't know. I don't really know what to think they are. I have no idea. I never heard about it until tonight.
Instead of asking all of you at once like that, what do you don't think there's any alien invention here? I mean, the one about the guide stones, that was kind of freaky. That was, I think of all the stories I heard, that was kind of unusual. But you just think that the people are putting these here, then I guess is the bottom line. The question, they're put by man. Man makes them, spends all this time in it. Why would you spend all this time and energy?
An art installation. Artists do weird things.
Yeah.
But they're not getting accolades for it. They're not making money on it.
Or
they'll come forward at some point.
It's controversy. I mean, they're just creating a buzz, and it's like a lot of internet fads. It's just to see how far it'll go. So
it's the same people that's putting out the drones.
Yeah. Even though the attention isn't directed exactly at them, they're causing a chaos, or they're causing a fluff, right? And they like that they are the source of that.
Yeah, and just for clarification, Rob, the Georgia Guidestones were not ever considered like they were more considered like a secret society put them up.
Oh,
So they were actually like granite pillars that
Okay.
had like the writings in different languages of how to restart civilization or whatever. And then some guy took them out with a car bomb, and so now they're not there anymore. But these monoliths are entirely different. These are just these. I mean, it almost looks like from Land of the Lost, the Slee Stack things,
Right.
So I just wanted to interject with that. Just so
that makes sense to me. I remember reading it last year, whenever it was.
Sure.
But yeah, so that one, yeah, we're gonna go with whatever artwork and somebody just nothing better to do with their time, I guess.
Yep.
I can think of a lot better things to do myself.
It's their artistic rendition of paranormal portals.
Wow.
Like what you did there, Monica. I like that.
I really like that, Monica. That's why she's my VP of marketing. We're gonna move on to this other one here. Now, you remember last week we talked about the AI. Remember that creepy picture, Krista, that you could not wait for me to take it down about the human skin?
Oh yeah, that's disgusting.
Yeah, that was. If you guys didn't see that last week, it was very creepy. And I got another AI one, which is not nearly as creepy, but we talked about, and it's kind of an important topic, I think, though, seriously, because we think we all finished that with, we think that AI could be in the wrong hands dangerous to society, right? It could be used for a whole bunch of things. And I'm going to read this little snippet. I have no picture, but I'm going to read you this that I just thought was kind of, here we go again with these loony people. Yeah, so here we go. Let me just find it. Okay, let's see. This is recently too, I guess. A Baltimore area teacher is a teacher now, everybody. A Baltimore area teacher is accused of using AI to make his boss appear racist. A Maryland high school athletic director is facing criminal charges after police say he used artificial intelligence to duplicate the voice of Pikesville High School principal Eric Eiswert, leading the community to believe Eiswert said racist and anti-Semitic things about teachers and students. We now have conclusive evidence that the recording was not authentic, Baltimore County Police Chief Robert McCluho told reporters during a news conference past Thursday. It's been determined the recordings were generated through the use of artificial intelligence technology, and it's quite a lengthy article. I'm not getting into that with you guys. That's enough information for me and for us to actually talk about, because that's, I tell you what, man, this is scary stuff. You wrecked that guy's career. And I don't care that it was found out that it was AI. There's gonna be plenty of people out there, man, accusing this guy of being that sort of individual, right? Whether it's proven or not, you have a mark on you. So
Yep. And all the stress that he would have had to endure, right? And trying to defend himself when it sounds like it's his own voice saying it when he knows it isn't. I mean, that's a lot of stress.
Isn't that scary that somebody could take my voice or anybody in this chat or anybody in the chat room or Brent or any of us and replicate our voice?
Oh yeah,
I'm wondering if they can replicate a show.
Probably.
Wouldn't that be terrible?
I mean, that's a big scam thing that's been going around. It's been going around for a hot minute now with the AI voices. Is they'll call like an elderly grandparent or somebody else sounding like the grandchild or the child saying, I'm in trouble. Either they're in jail and they need bail, or that they've been kidnapped and it's a ransom call, basically,
Oh, wow.
and it sounds just like the relative.
Yeah, that's awful.
Yeah, I mean, someone else. I got.
It is scary what it can do. Yeah.
No, it's scary. I mean, just not just like last week we talked about the robots and how creepy they were with the human skin, but this AI is all over the world. It can do anything, and I can only imagine what's to do with their banking systems and all of our. And we're going to be in a cashless society. Yeah, we're going to have AI out there to steal our money. That's just a thought because I got to get my Myra pills. So I'll be right back in a minute.
Okay.
Yeah, BJ says that her 86-year-old mother got one of those calls last night. It was not her grandson.
Oof. That's horrible. That's
awful. People prey on the elderly.
Disgusting. I swear.
Yeah, it is.
Same.
I honestly think that if they need to start cracking down on this, if people are using AI technology to promote terrorism, hate, whatever you want to call it, and use that, I mean, I think they should serve some prison time. Absolutely.
Oh, yeah.
You know, even this guy, he's trying to replicate this person's voice to, you know, get them fired or whatever. I think he deserves some jail time.
Yeah.
That's malicious intent. I mean, how much more can you go with that?
Yeah.
I mean, I'm seeing it all over that people are using this AI stuff on Facebook, on YouTube. I'm seeing it everywhere. And like I said, if it's malicious intent, then they need to serve some jail time.
It's a crime. Yeah, I agree. Mm-hmm.
Because you're actually impersonating somebody else.
Mm-hmm. It's true.
Yeah.
It's twisted. I mean, you could make videos of yourself standing in front of a screen, saying some things, and then make it look like Obama or Jimmy Carter or anybody. It was really convincing, and that is kind of frightening. I mean, that's the whole deep thing. And that's what makes you wonder. It's like, God, how will we be able to trust anything? Because when you look at the power of this stuff and how geometrically it's increasing, like, my God, they'll be able to create any kind of scenario. These people, or even other maybe more official bodies, will be able to create scenarios and justify a whole bunch of things, and that's just nightmare fuel, really.
Yeah.
Well, yeah. I mean, we've got to talk about the 3-lettered agencies right now and how they have, like, cyber. How do you want to say that? It's a
cybercrime network.
Yes, there you go. The cybercrime unit. I mean, they do have that, and they're dealing with other stuff. And now they have all of this stuff that's piling up on it. I don't know how they're going to keep up with it. I think it's going to go a little bit crazy before they get it under control.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, that's the problem with technology, is that all of a sudden it becomes possible to do things, and like there's not like the normal metric for developing ideas and developing technologies where there's like this huge curve of experimentation and stuff. It's like next week, they'll be able to create a video that would be indistinguishable. And then you've with all of technology, I suppose this is true. It's like, it's like kind of like the internet. When the internet first came out, like everybody was chatting and when it became widely available, it's like, mothers were, leaving their kids in front of a TV for hours while they chatted to these other people online. It's like we don't have a natural tendency to even ourselves out and to, I don't know, does that make sense? Like the technology comes so fast and we just don't know how to correctly apply it in constructive ways in our lives, and it becomes these huge problems.
Right. Yeah, because we have unlimited access to it. I mean, and and it kind of like becomes an addiction for a lot of people.
Right.
They use this stuff all the time, and it's turning into a big problem. Absolutely.
Yeah. And I didn't mean to target mothers leaving their kids, fathers leaving their kids, people just ignoring their
it's a blanket type of problem. It encompasses everybody, even our children, our parents, our spouses, our significant other. it affects everybody, and I think this is going to be the new problem that's going to get real big.
Yeah.
You know, and I think this whole AI thing and them making these robots and everything, because I've seen so many videos on it where they're actually interacting, that they have this technology built in where they can interact with you, you know, and I'm like,
well, you know what's, well, that's a good point. Brandi, that's a good point, because I know for a fact that they probably even have it now. You know, first of all, last week we talked about using live human skin, right, to put on those creepy robots.
Yes.
There's going to be a day and time, and I'll bet you it's already created. You know, much like, remember when I was talking to you guys about, I was just thinking about something in the store, and then it said, Rob, go down, you know, aisle 13. And lo and behold, there it was. And I was thinking it, which is another whole crazy technology we have on our phones.
Yeah.
But I bet you there's something already created where these AI robots, that they probably look like humans. And I bet you the scary thing for me is they probably are developing the ability to think and to reason.
Yes.
That is very frightening.
For here.
It's already began. If they can have a conversation with you, I mean, right now it's limited, but if they can have a conversation with you right now, just imagine what it's going to be. And then you got to think, right now we can tell the difference between what is a robot and what is human, but it's going to become very blurred, that, you know, you'd have to really look eventually to see if it is actually AI or if this is an actual person. It's going to get scary, I think.
You know, I used to work in IT, and I also taught computers at a high school level, and this is back in the 90s. And I remember, you know, digging into like the history of technology and stuff. And one of the things that I ran across, which still haunts me to this day, and I'm sure it's a bigger disparity now, but back then in the 90s, they were like, well, the computers you're using, the government and the military has technology that's 30 years more advanced than what you have our best systems for home. And I'm sure that chasm is much wider now. So I mean, when you think about like quantum computing, where there's like the quantum computers can solve math problems that conventional supercomputers couldn't solve in like a million years, and now the quantum computers can crack it in, you know, minutes.
Yeah.
Wow, that's like head blowing stuff.
That it's scary. It's scary because a lot of this technology is in everybody's hands. We can all use it right now.
Yeah. And
that's scary. You know, I mean, look at the Book of Face. The Book of Face, let's just say that. And they have this where you can write whole paragraphs using AI. And it's crazy. It's like,
I must tell you guys, something really, it didn't depress me, but I was like, man, this really sucks. Ron Murphy, I was talking with Ron, who just put out a couple books just recently, and he'll be at our conference speaking. And, you know, you guys know I've obviously put out 2 books. Now I got the books from people, and I, you know, shaped their stories for the books, right? And I got it from legitimate people. He was talking about something that kind of just made me, because I like to write some more books and stuff like that, but it was like, man, he's saying it's terrible as an author. He's been an author for 30 years, tons of books. He goes, it's really a crying shame with all the hard work and research that he's put into books, where now Joe Blow, with nothing better to do, that has any technical experience or expertise, can type in a subject, and lo and behold, the computer can write a damn book.
That's true.
That's totally, for me, when I read that after trying to be a writer and author, to me, that's so deflating as a human being. People are going to question everybody's work.
Yes.
And everything.
No matter what it is.
Yes.
You know, you're going to see a great Bigfoot video that one believes is cool and this, that, and the other. It'll eventually get debunked, but I bet you for a while it takes, you don't know what we're even looking at now, you guys.
It's going to take a while. Yeah. And I'm sure there'll be like some regulations coming out in the near future that they're going to have to put in the book that it was used with AI assistance or whatever. I mean,
there's got to be
you know.
a software that states, if you send to your publisher, when you send a manuscript in, they should have software, or there should be software we all should have, where you can
software that you run it through and it detects AI.
There you go.
Yeah. But there's also software you can run AI through to make it sound human. Like there's software for each side of it.
Yeah.
Oh wow. So
yeah.
Okay.
Thanks.
So we may not be reading actual works from people.
Right.
Correct.
Yeah, but they're going to slap their name on as the author and get all the credit and make the money for something that they didn't spend but 2 minutes to reshape it and send it off to the publisher.
Yeah.
They don't do a damn thing.
Show us your notes, your research notes. Show us your drafts over the last several months.
Right.
Yeah.
I mean, that's when you need the backup, that kind of backup.
Yeah.
Right.
The only thing I think AI is good for that I do use it for is my thumbnails for the shows. That's it.
Yeah, that's what I use it for. Yeah, for that.
That's all.
Well,
that's perfect.
That's all I use it for. Is just to make thumbnails. I mean, it's not even, whatever.
Well, just to let you guys know, I'm not actually here. This is an AI version of me. I'm
the simulator.
I must tell you, Brent, that's going to happen.
I know it is. Yeah.
I'm waiting for the day where Bigfoot Mr. Rob's on some show and I start saying all this ridiculous stuff and it's not even me. I'm waiting for that day.
Right?
I'm waiting for that day.
Right.
And then my YouTube channel gets taken down for being a wad.
Being a what?
A wad. I didn't want to say I didn't want to. Oh, you never heard that term in Michigan?
No. I'm in Minnesota.
An a-hole, a jerk, a scammer, a loser, all those other words. Yeah.
Like
it is a Michigan term, and it's an old Michigan
Now we're
term.
like,
we normally put the D word in front of that.
Yeah.
Like a dickwad or something. Yeah.
There you go. That's the term.
Yeah, well, yeah,
Well, we were trying to use that, Brett, but thanks.
Oh,
I didn't want
Hey,
on my channel. I don't have to
there
worry
it
about
is, folks.
monetization.
Well, Monica was
There it
marketing
is.
my package.
Okay.
She didn't even use the D word, for Lord's sakes.
Mhm.
Sorry.
Oh,
And there, I
Lord.
was worried about saying damn and shit on his channel.
Well, God bless you.
Well, on YouTube, one of those words you can use. Just saying.
Which one?
Damn.
Damn.
Oh.
Hell and damn are the only two words.
Oh, God.
Really?
Yeah.
I've broken some terms of service. Then I'm just going to
I'm in
say
trouble.
Well, I've broken that.
I mean, as long as you're rated not for children, you know what I mean?
Which I am.
Which all of our shows are not for children. Everybody here on this panel, we know our shows are not for children.
Right.
And
We
if
already
your
got
kids
that
show up-
point.
if your kids show up,
You don't use. You try not to use the F-bomb at
Yes.
all, but don't use them in excess. And then
Unless you're on Donnie Cho's show, then you can use the F-bomb.
yeah,
It's required.
You don't care.
Right.
Well, and also another trick is if you don't curse within the first 10 minutes of your show, it won't flag it.
No,
That's true. Yeah, I think it's.
Oh,
actually,
there's a hack. All right.
yeah, I think it's actually the
good.
first 30 seconds is actually the algorithm thing. But
Just
I
keep
might
it
be-
clean for 30 seconds.
yeah, that's for algorithm. But if a live person has to go back, it's 10 or 15 minutes.
probably.
Yeah, if a real live, not AI person has to go.
So then in retrospect, Brent, if I started every show for the first 30 seconds and started talking about the spreading of love and peace,
Then you can go full pirate after that.
then I will
Arr.
then I'll get the nice algorithm. Yeah.
Lab
Okay.
lovers, yeah.
Happy birthday to the world.
Yeah, but we don't.
All
I mean,
rainbows and
honestly, we
stuff
don't. We don't.
Well, we're
use
not like that anyway. Yeah, we don't really
Yeah,
swear.
we don't use that type of language or anything like that on our show. So it's. I mean, it sneaks in there. I mean, I even said the S word earlier.
And of course, Mr. Cho always curses the first sentence. Yeah.
We know.
Yeah, we know that.
He had one show where
and he doesn't even have an intro.
he had one show where
Yeah.
he made everybody say the F-bomb. It was on the show.
Yeah,
said
we
it
had
was a
to.
requirement. It was a
It was a
requirement.
requirement.
Yeah.
It was a
Requirement.
requirement.
And I saw.
Yeah.
I think. Yeah.
I think
boy.
we all said it.
Yeah,
Yeah.
we
We
all like
did.
really. And I was trying to think of something to say along with the F bomb, but I couldn't really come up with
Really
anything.
told
Which
me
is
that. I
strange
just
enough
said,
because I
yeah.
say the F bomb all the time in real life.
Oh yeah, yeah.
Right.
Hey, Rob,
Tex, hey,
play your news video.
play my news video. Okay.
Yeah.
Graphics.
Oh, let's see. Yeah. Oh, there it is. Yeah. Thanks. Yeah. The same one.
Yeah.
Do we need to color code them in there for you?
All right, hang on. Got to start it over again.
I can hear.
I hear something. I got.
I hear
Hang
static.
on. Hang on.
Tex has been busy.
He's been awfully quiet. So he's been working.
All right, play it again.
Deep Space Nine.
Perfect.
Yeah, that's
Perfect.
pretty cool, Tex. I'm gonna do that
Sounds
one
like
more
the
time.
news.
I'll do it one more time. Oh, yeah, that works.
That
Well,
was
thank you so much, Tex.
That's
Yeah,
cool.
you'll have to adjust the volume on that because that's blowing my eardrums out. But
Oh, I got
yeah, that
turned
was
all
pretty
the
good.
way up.
Yeah. Well, I have headphones on. It seemed pretty good.
But that was but you have to have two people to do it because
What? No, you need to.
unless you want to do this. Unless you want to do this, you can do this. Hang on a second. How much crap you got on your channel? My God.
Clean it up.
I got a lot, man.
Okay. You
And
can
I
do
did
this.
clean it. I did
You can
clean
do this. Hang on. Oh crap. Wrong button.
it. Why would I do that?
Never mind. Hang on. Just
Viewers. Rob, viewers. That's why you do.
Viewers. We have viewers. Anyway,
Yeah, I like that, Tex. Thanks.
so what is our next topic?
anyway.
Yeah, well, you know what? I do have something. Well, the bizarre news is done. However, you guys know how I've got a lot of encounter stories, right? And they're all kind of long. And I've over the last couple years, I've had a bunch of like short ones. They're just too short to make a video out of or put in a book or anything like that.
Mhm.
I belong to the Horror Writers Association and belong to this global association. You are not allowed to use AI to any portion of text in your books. Well, yeah, exactly. Thank you for that.
Absolutely.
BJ. I
Awesome.
100% agree with
Thank
that.
you, BJ.
Thank you.
Because when my buddy Ron Murphy told me that, it was just, my heart sank. I said, man, I took all this time and I want to do it in the future. I'm like, man, some punk can just, type a sentence out.
Right.
Yeah, that's I actually was
But-
mad. I was infuriated.
Well, I
But
got
see,
news
that's
for
when
you.
I'm gonna
And
have
me,
to start. I'm sorry.
it's okay. I walked all over you. Go, ladies first. Go right ahead, Brandon.
I was just gonna say, well, that's what I'm gonna have to start looking for in my books. Is by certain associations that don't use AI. Yeah, I mean, they're gonna have to make a list of that. The ones that are written by somebody with true works of art, basically. And I'll have to pay attention to that.
Me and Brent were talking about this on his show, and unfortunately, there's a lot of big YouTube channels out there in our circles that are using AI to create encounters.
Yes.
Oh, that's not right.
And no,
Really?
it's not,
Come
because
on.
it
Are
does
you
the whole
serious?
subject of disservice.
That's terrible.
Well, and that's your reputation too.
Yeah.
We'll
You
just
would
throw
think.
that out the door.
You would
That'll
think.
last so long before you get called out, probably eventually. But unfortunately,
They've
a lot
been
of people-
called out. Nobody cares.
That's what I mean. Once you start and you build yourself a nice audience, they don't care what they say. They don't care. I mean, that's how people are.
When somebody, when I listen to encounters, I want truth. I don't want to hear something that's AI generated.
Yeah, no.
I want a made up story. I want to hear a real encounter.
Don't we call that like creepy pasta?
Yeah.
Isn't that what we call it?
Yeah.
And if you are to creepy pasta,
they're putting it out there. They're putting them out there as true encounters.
No, now what you should do, and some people do this, they state on their channel or their books or whatever,
right?
This is fiction. This is what I conjured up in my mind. This is creepypasta from the mind.
That's fine if you're marketing it as fiction.
That's fine. I have no problem with that at
That's
all.
not what they're doing. They're marketing as true encounters, vetted.
That's misleading.
That ain't.
Yes, Monica.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
What'd you say, Monica?
I said it's misleading.
Yeah.
False advertising.
Yeah. And that's where your reputation flies right out the window. And I
that's
wouldn't
it's false
half of what
advertising.
comes out of your mouth ever again.
Yeah.
Right.
Now, Riley, Ron, you're right. AI art does look cool to go along with the story. I get that.
No, that's
fine.
Yeah, I agree with
Yes.
that.
And we love the artwork. Yes.
But to create the encounter itself and then try to pass it off as one, a true encounter, and two, that you vetted the witness. Come on.
Right. Yeah, that's BS.
And the one guy I know that's doing it is huge.
Oh boy, yeah. Well, I think we all know who that is.
There's probably several out there that we all know.
There is.
So
There is several. I guarantee you, Mr. Turner knows who they are.
Yeah.
Me and Turner's had that conversation.
Yeah. Well,
and I
it's
agree.
It's being done, and again, I talked to Ron Murphy. I was so just upset, and I'm like, but I shouldn't have been upset because I knew long ago it probably does go on anyway. But it is what it is, you guys, and like Monica said, they do have that software, so hopefully these publishing houses run it through all that, right? And
Right.
or whatever. You know,
I mean, or at least if you're going to write it in that format, let us know you're writing it in that format. Don't try to tell us you wrote it.
Right.
Be honest about it.
Just like when, these authors saying they're writing these books, but they have ghostwriters, they were putting them on there as their ghostwriter. And so, I mean, at least we knew where the writing was coming from.
Absolutely. And it's like Josh says, he's been saying this for years, you know, and nobody cares. Nobody cares.
And that's sad that nobody does care. Speaking from our media positions and what we do, it's just terrible.
Yeah, because we don't know what to believe as an encounters anymore, because they can take these to the ones who record these experiences and encounters and things like that. And we'll never know. I mean, it's kind of taking us farther away from the truth by putting this junk out there.
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
So, I mean, it's not helping. It's kind of hindering the process of finding our own truth in all of this.
Yep. And the community as a whole.
Yeah, absolutely.
It is challenging because you guys know my true encounter books are for people that have told me their stories now. And I try to vet certain things like location, stuff like that. But, hell, it would take me 10 years to put out one book if you did all that. And nobody totally 100. You have a guest on your show telling a Bigfoot encounter. Do you really know? I give everyone the credit, right? That they're not bullshitting, right?
Right. We all do. Because that wasn't our encounter. So who are we to say that did or did not happen to them?
Because we never walked in anybody's shoes, right? We don't know their story. And so I roll with that. And I believe people because quite frankly, what's happened to me in my life is fact, but you can certainly make a great fiction book as well, right? It could. I mean, I'll really admit to that. But it happened to me, and that's all that matters to me.
I'm in the process of writing a fiction book. It's inspired by true events, but it's not, and it's inspired by true events and a song actually. So But
Yeah.
I'm not going to say, hey, this, that's how it's going to be put out there. It's different. But the book I'm working on, that's one of the books I'm working on. The other book I'm working on is factual. Well, get that word out. And I told y'all all about it. All of y'all are going to be in it because it's the journey from, getting from when I got into this stuff and to where we pulled the fingerprints, So, in fact, me and Krista were talking about that very thing today.
Oh, very nice. Very nice. Well, speaking of stories, as I was alluded to earlier, then we got off track, which is fine. I love the show regardless, wherever we roll with. I do have like a little cache of emails that I got that never really made it to a video or in the book because they're just too short. But I saved them all, right? Just to have, and as it turns out, it works out perfect for today and for like doing some of these short little stories. Because sometimes I don't like to tell a 10-minute story, you guys. It's just, So this is a couple of short, quick ones. They're in the paranormal realm. And this guy says, hey, Rob, I don't know if this is probably too short. He even says it. Hey, Rob, this is probably too short. My name is John. Not really. He says, he goes, He goes on to say he went to say goodnight to his 7-year-old son, Charles. And I know he didn't name his kid Charles. Come on.
Why not?
Because he already lied about his first name, right? There's only lie in this one. He made up a name. Okay. Anyway.
His name's Charles. The kid's name is John. There you go.
There you go.
Charles. He says he always goes in to say goodnight to his son because he always knows that if he does not, his son always has trouble sleeping. And it was always a nightly routine between both of them. And so one night he entered the room. It was a dimly lit room. And where his son waited for his dad, of course, to come in. And his son is under his blanket waiting for daddy, right? At first glance, his dad, the father, he could tell there was something unusual about his son, though, for this evening, this nighttime. But he couldn't really put his finger on it. His son looked the same, but he had this really unusual grin on his face that he's never seen his son sport before, right? It was, I guess, ear-to-ear grin. Okay, well, whatever. The dad says, hey, buddy, are you okay? How's it going? Blah, blah, blah. The son nodded. He still has this big old grin on his face. He says, Daddy, check for monsters under my bed. Dad says, certainly, son. I'm going to go check for monsters under your bed, right? The dad gets on his hands and knees, looks under the bed. He kind of chuckles a little bit. Then he got up to, tell his son there's no monsters underneath his bed. His son says, his son, after he goes up, tells his son this. He says here, let me read, I lost my point in this. The dad chuckles. He says, okay, they're under the bed, pale and afraid. So the man, okay, here it is. I'm sorry, you guys. Got to back up just a minute. Talking to his son. Yes, the son says, Daddy, with this weird grin, says, hey, Daddy, check under my bed for monsters. The dad goes underneath the bed, and there laying his son is his actual son under the bed. He gets up to check back into the bed, and there's no one there. So he says, an email like that.
Hey,
that's creepy.
I patted an entity on the head. I can't say nothing about this story.
Yeah, I don't know. I mean, obviously, it's a short little email a guy sent me, and so the guy goes in, thinks he's talking to his son. Son has a weird look on his face. That's just they've never seen it with that big head like that. Daddy, go look under the bed. Looks under the bed, and it's his actual living, breathing son there. Pulls out the kid from under the bed and goes to the top of the bed. There's nothing there.
We'd move the next day.
Yeah,
and
we would move the next day.
I think that actually probably could have happened, right?
Yeah,
we've heard of weirder stories, and that is Brandi and Monica in the paranormal, or Monica, all the three of you really, Brent too, in the paranormal world. This goes on, does it not? Stories you've heard, places you visited.
Well, it's like I said, it's almost like, you know, a different version of what happened with me and my youngest daughter thing that I thought was my youngest daughter.
No, did I ever hear this one, Tex?
Rob, the hell?
Yes.
Oh, not that long ago.
I have short-term memory, man. I'm 56.
You don't have a short-term memory, is what you're saying.
You have
That's what
short
I said. That's what I just said. What did I say?
You said you have a short-term memory.
No, I didn't. I forgot that. I already forgot it already. I don't know what I said.
Okay. Okay. Let me refresh. And we may have some new people listening. Real quick, I'll give you a short version of it.
Yeah, please do, Tex.
Woke up one night, getting poked in the back, you know, how you do when you got young kids. Sat up on the edge of the bed, turned around, looked around. It was my wife, the dog, and my youngest daughter in bed. She was covered all the way up to her head. I said, okay, well, I'll see how this is going to go. Reached back, patted her on the head. I went up to go crash in her bed. Turned on the hallway light, and she's laying in her bed. I said, oh, okay. I turned the light off, went back downstairs, and it's just my wife and the dog in the bed. Whatever that was, I patted her on the head before I left. I turned around, said, oh, okay, patted her on the head, and took off upstairs. Whatever that was solid enough for me to pat on the freaking head.
Mm-hmm.
That's creepy too.
Yeah.
Yeah, I do remember that now. Tex.
That's why I'm saying I can't say anything about this guy's story because that crap happened to me.
Yeah.
Wow.
Now, it didn't freak me out. I didn't move.
Yeah.
You know.
Well, she wasn't smiling at you, creepy, saying, "Look under the bed,"
Well,
where your real child was. I mean,
see,
Look under the bed.
That's the rub right there. You know? If that had happened, I'd have probably moved that night. Okay, I'm just everybody up, pack your shit, we're leaving.
we've been in
I'd
Amityville
have
Part
been
2.
making some phone calls for sure. Yeah.
You know, I got to ask you, Brett, because I know a lot of Krista's paranormal stuff, Brandi and Monica's personal paranormal stuff, and now for the first time from Tex. Just
As far as you remember, it's the first time.
yeah, Brett, you have anything personal ever happened to you? I know we Tex, you want to chime in really quick?
I was fixing to shift to cryptids, but go ahead.
Well, I want to ask Brent if he had any personal paranormal accounts with family and friends that you'd like to share, if at all.
I was just telling the story on my show, and this is one I've told for a few years now. I've mentioned this one. It was one that Tex and I just talked about a little bit ago on my show, but
I don't remember, Brett. Could you tell me again?
Yeah, well,
I don't remember you ever inviting me on your show, Brent. Was that amnesia?
No, you're always welcome, of course.
Okay, thank you. Just saying.
But my dad passed away a few years ago now. He had COPD and passed away. This man in life couldn't use a remote control to save his life. And my mom and dad had two separate TV rooms. My mom liked to watch true crime and that kind of stuff, and my dad liked Walker, Texas Ranger, and Gunsmoke. So that was like his whole repertoire. And so they didn't watch TV together. And my dad's TV was out on a four-season porch and stuff. And so that was their nightly routine when they go to their different TVs and watch their shows. But my dad always had to have my mom come out and do the channels for him because he couldn't operate the remote. Well, my dad passed away, and he was never a believer in any of this stuff, but weird stuff started happening around the house. Like lights would go on and off. His TV would come on, and my mom would talk to me about this, and I thought that was really wild and bizarre. So I started talking about it to my audience, saying, this is really fantastic. I think my dad's letting us know he's still around, and he's hanging out. And I would talk about some of the weird things that were happening. Well, one time I was sitting here in the studio, and my phone rang, and it was a Friday afternoon or Friday, about noon. And I looked at my phone, and it was my mom's number. So I'm like, oh, mom's calling me. So I quickly answered the phone. I'm like, hello? And nobody was there. Nobody was talking, but I could hear in the background, I could hear, like a voice.
Wow.
clearing of the throat and a coughing sound, and it sounded like it was in the distance and stuff. So I'm like, oh, mom pocket dialed me or whatever. So she's must be talking to somebody. So I'm like, mom, trying to get her attention. Nothing. I'm whistling and trying to figure out how to get her attention. But then I was like, well, you know what? I'll just hang up the phone and call her back. So I called back her number, and it rang and then went to voicemail. I'm like, oh, well, then I just turned it off. I didn't leave a message or anything, but I was sitting here in the studio. Then about 10 minutes later, my phone rings and it's my mom again. She goes, oh, hi, what'd you want? And I was like, oh, no, it's not that I wanted anything. I just know that I just wanted you to know that you'd pocket dialed me or something, because the phone rang and it was from you. And I could hear you talking, or someone talking in the background. I said, is my brother over there visiting you? Because he lived right across the street. She said, no. She said, when was this? I was like, well, it was about 10 minutes ago. She goes, that's not possible. I'm like, why? What do you mean? She goes, I'm home alone. The whole house is locked up. And I was downstairs in the shower for the last 20 minutes. I'm like, oh, well, that's bizarre. But it gets better. Okay. So I'm like, wow, that's bizarre. That's really crazy. And then she started telling me, just we talked about that. And I was like, well, I wonder if that was Dad. Could that have been Dad somehow ghost dialed me? And I thought, wow, that's really fascinating. So that night on my show, I'm telling the viewers, hey, more stuff happened at the house today. I got a call, and I think it was from my dad. And I gave him the narrative that I just gave you guys, and got done with the show and closed up the show, and then went down to, I went to sleep and woke up the next morning, came and got my coffee and sat down here at the desk. And I'm sitting here and my phone rings, and it's my mom. And I answer the phone. I'm like, hello. She goes, hi, you're never going to guess what happened. And I was like, what happened? Well, now remember, my dad was technically just obtuse. He couldn't operate a remote. He had a smart TV, but it was never configured to do anything than just get to his Gunsmoke Walker, the Texas Ranger. So she says, your dad's TV turned on this morning. And I was like, oh, wow, that's wild. She goes, no, it's not just that. I said, what do you mean? She goes, not only was it on, but it was on the internet. And I was like, what? She goes, yeah, but not only was it on the internet, but it was on YouTube. And I was like, oh, you're kidding. Wow, that's bizarre. She goes, not only that, it was on your channel. I'm like, what? She goes, yeah, and it was playing your episode from last night where you're talking about all the weird things going on in this house. And she recorded it. So, I mean, it's just all of the levels of synchronicity that are just beyond the possibility of just chance. That TV was never configured to do that. It was on the internet, on my channel, and it was playing the episode with me talking about all the weird stuff that happened and how I got dialed by my dad. She filmed it and then called me and showed me and sent me the file. So that was probably one of the coolest, most developed stories that I have with family.
That's cool.
I like that. There's
cool.
Yeah.
So real quick, I want to bring some stuff up that's in the chat.
Go for it, Ted.
First thing is DJ. When my father died, he came back and fixed the tractor. It didn't run for 2 months in the driveway. Mom heard it start up, thinking my husband fixed it. He didn't. He went out and it started right up, fixed.
Oh, that's cool.
Wow.
Yeah, I know, right?
Well, I got a couple things going on in my house right now, so anyone can fix that if they want to.
Lost on the Road says, I've been listening to Brent's podcast for years. It's nice to finally be able to put a face to the voice.
Oh, wow.
Well, thank you so much. That's really cool.
Lost on the Road.
And welcome aboard, Lost on the Road.
Welcome on in.
Yep.
Paradox Fossil says, my mom came by once and hollered, I'm here into the basement, and said she heard me say, okay, and then looked outside and saw me in the backyard.
Wow.
Nice.
That's a common occurrence.
It's well, and it is. I mean, think about it. Just a few months ago. Well, I guess it's been several months ago now, but or as I like to put it, the other day, that I had somebody go, "How you doing?" in the shower,
Mhm.
Yes.
How
yeah.
you
I
doing?
remember that.
How you doing,
know,
Ted?
How you doing, huh?
Ah,
Yeah.
that's what I
You
said.
do it.
Thank God it didn't sound like that. You know,
How you doing, Texie?
really glad it didn't sound like that.
How was I supposed to sound, my
I
man?
don't know. It sounded a lot like Brandi. I'm just saying.
Oh boy, Brando.
Well, it wasn't me. Wasn't me.
Damn,
You know,
Susie.
but a lot of that I think is due to not necessarily a trickster, because a trickster likes to pull pranks, but I think it's more of a mimic type thing that's happening.
Mhm.
You know, where they're listening to the voices and text. If it sounded like me, that's a possibility because, you know, we talk all the time on the phone, you know, we're on the show together. So it could have heard my voice and just decided to use my voice at that time. I mean, I mean, it happens a lot. A lot of
kidding.
people say that.
No, I was kidding. It didn't sound like you.
Oh, thank God. Okay.
Because
Scared me a little. I was trying to come up with an explanation for that, but I mean, honestly, any voice that's heard in your home on the regular, I mean, it could mimic that voice easily.
it was a voice that okay, I'll put it this way, because we were on the show like a week or two before. It wasn't long before that happened. We heard that EVP come from my side and go,
Mhm.
and it was a female. You remember that? It was the same voice that I heard ask me how I was doing in the shower. And then like several weeks later, I heard again. You know? So
Wow.
but that was also the same time when we were having to get all the damage fixed from, you know, having basically the kitchen remodeled, you know. And we've talked about this, it possibly being something transit, but it's weird how it kicked up at that time. There's never been anybody die at this house. Okay. There's people passed away that lived in the house, but they didn't die in the house. But they were both males. So I don't know. It's just one of those weird things.
It could be something you picked up along the way too.
Exactly. Yeah, well, and that's kind of where I was going. If it is, it's the first hitchhiker that I pulled out of the field with me. But it's don't do anything. I thought, and I'm still not convinced. And I need to put a camera on this because I've got a drawer, the silverware drawer in the kitchen. That
Brandi.
Brandi's been a member for 8 months.
8 months.
Wow.
And he's not even here looking at it.
That's a long time. That's a long time to put up with Rob. I'm just saying. But what was I saying?
You need to put a camera on something, your silverware drawer?
Yeah, the silverware drawer. Because every time I walk by this thing, it's opened about that much. Every single time. And I close it every single time.
That's kind of interesting that you say that, because I have this little, and I'm going to see if I can pick it up on the mic. You hear that? That little click sound? That's a little handle that's on the drawer of my desk. And I'll be sitting here for hours and suddenly it goes, no, it didn't do it. Like that. And I'm like, God, I wasn't even touching that. So I've often wondered that too. It's like, what the hell is that? But I mean, it could be just some subtle way of going, hey, I'm here. I don't know.
It could be. I mean, and I thought maybe it's somebody not closing the drawer all the way, but this happens like all hours of the freaking night.
Yeah.
Because I keep odd freaking hours, guys. You know, and I'll find it at like 11 when everybody's asleep and walk through at 3 or 4 o'clock in the morning and the damn thing will be open about this far. You know, but it's during the day and just, I don't know. I need to put a camera on it and figure out what the hell is going on.
Well, I would probably try to put audio on it first. And see if you can at least recognize where the noise, what the noise could be, and see if you can recreate it and see if you can debunk it. And then if you can't, but you know where the noise is coming from, then I'd get a camera on it for sure.
Okay, so all I need is an audio recorder and a camera. Now, I don't have either.
Well, you can get an audio recorder fairly cheap. I mean, the camera's
I know.
Tex happens to have an
one.
audio recorder.
Right, and you need one for sure.
I don't know if y'all know this, but Tex don't use crap but his phone out in the field.
Well, your phone nowadays, the phone is a great audio recorder.
Well, I know, but I'm not going to leave my phone sitting in the damn kitchen.
No, Tex, get another one. We lease phones today now, Tex.
We do?
We all do. I can't afford a $1,500 phone unless I made payments on it.
Oh, Rob, you get in to tell us when you start these side ventures.
Yeah.
We're leasing phones now.
I own mine.
Yeah.
I don't know, Tex. You could probably get yourself, a refurbished phone, or something cheaper that you can use just to record.
If I'm going to do that, I'm just going to.
You can get those.
Get a camera.
I'll
get
an
a camera.
audio recorder and a camera.
Just get a camera flat out. Get a camera.
I'll say this, and I was bought a camera for to do research with. Okay, to take out in the field. The first time that I took it out in the field, I broke it.
How do I believe that?
Yeah.
Hey guys, I
am the world.
I got to cut out, guys. I got to get the minion to bed.
Yes, it's getting close to minion time, and if I'm guessing correctly, your time is about 11 o'clock.
Almost 11. Yeah, it's getting.
Well, there. Brent, I'll tell you this. You said I'm going to stop in and say hi, and you were here for an hour.
A long time.
Yeah, no, that's awesome, Brent.
I love hanging out with you guys. What can I say? But thanks for letting me come on, and love y'all, and Happy New Year.
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 Happy New Year. I'm going to end my Happy New Year greetings and salutations come Monday.
I almost ended your stream. You guys got to be careful giving me.
Oh my
Lord. It's happened.
We've had that happen.
Talk to Dom.
I got the right button now. See you guys.
See ya.
Thanks, buddy. Good to see you. Brent Thomas, Paranormal Portal. Please subscribe on YouTube.
Yeah, it's past my bedtime too.
Yeah, we're getting close. Tex, you had some cryptid thing you wanted to bring up, but I guess we'll maybe save that for
next week.
Next weekend.
Next week, you sign off. I'm going to start up. Who's
you going to start up? Why don't you start? If you want to start up, tell me the cryptid story. Brandi and Krista will go to bed.
I don't know what cryptid. You don't. I can't remember.
You want to change it to cryptids? You had a cryptid. I want to tell you guys this. This show I'm going to add in 10 minutes because I do have to tell you guys something. Because you know how for people in chat, we have this group text. Okay. Sometimes we fully participate. Sometimes we don't. Some people throw it off. It's
Monica.
Sometimes we have to turn it off because we're at
Brandi
work
and Monica. Brandi and Monica rarely, participate.
I just call it the hostage situation.
Under hostage. I've been known to put mine on mute as well. But I put out a group text. Hey guys, I don't know where to go to get some food today because I'm hungry and I don't know where to go. So I got a couple of responses back. The text, of course, shows me his half-eaten meal. Some Mexican dish, right?
Hey,
boy, looks
one of your favorites.
I love Mexican. Was that Rojitos?
What?
Rojito.
What the hell is that?
What is a rojito?
Monica, you don't know what a rojito is?
No, why don't you school me on it, Michigan person? What is a rojito?
I don't know what it is either.
We're sitting here
I've heard of it.
It's a Mexican dish
No, it's not.
No.
I don't know. I seriously don't know what it is.
Dex, I ate it with you in Alabama, man.
It's a
Still
Releno.
does not.
Oh,
make
it's a Releno.
Orlando.
chili
Okay,
Rieno.
that makes more sense.
Oh,
Okay, now
okay.
I'm up to speed.
Okay, no,
That
how did
was-
you say it?
That was a picture.
I said
that was a
Orlando.
picture. Now get this. That was a picture, and it's the first time I'd had it, and it was pretty damn good. A chicken and chorizo Chilano, Releno. God.
My God, Rieno.
Releno.
Yeah, say it however you need to. Okay.
Releno.
I'm just gonna go with that.
Yeah.
Stuffed freaking poblano pepper. How's that?
It's a stuffed poblano, yes.
Well, anyway, I love all Mexican food. Then I said, well, of all the places around me, the coolest Mexican place is too far to drive. It was 1 degree out. And I'm like, yeah, I just want to get some quick. So what I decided to do, and then Krista, because she knows that I've never in my lifetime had Chick-fil-A ever. Never touched it, never ate it. Because there's always such a long line, right? I'm always in a hurry. I don't like 30 cars ahead of me. So I went, everyone has, except for Brandi, who lives in BFE, everybody has a strip that you could just shoot down. There's restaurants, fast food restaurants, bars. I got one 10 minutes away. So I was going to take up Krista and get a waffle fry. It was. So I remember you told me, and a regular Chick-fil-A. I said, you know what? I'm going to go try it out. What the hell? So I'm driving down the strip, and boy, oh boy. 50 cars in line. I don't want to do
It moves fast though at Chick-fil-A.
I never been. People allegedly say it's fast. Okay, I didn't.
Not fast enough if you.
They were not waiting on people tonight, though, honey. It was 1 degree. There's not people out going from car to car, and I've seen that, right?
But why not?
And then I didn't want to, and then another friend of ours. I didn't want to really give their institution any money tonight. I won't say any names. And so I happened into, with no cars. I've been to White Castle, you guys, in a year. 1 year.
Oh my God.
I pulled in a White Castle, right? So I said, hey, yeah, I'll take 10 original recipe. And I'm thinking about KFC when I said this original recipe. Sliders, or whatever you call them, White Castles.
Yeah.
Then the girl's talking real fast, blah, 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 blah. She goes, do you want the special sauce? I said, I'm not at Mickey D's. I say back to her, what the hell's special sauce? So first question, when did White Castle come up with the special sauce?
Didn't know they did.
Well, I found out tonight. And I said, no, I'll pass on that stuff. But then when I get home, and I like me a little mustard on my little slider, there's no, and I don't take ketchup on any hamburger. I'm not a ketchup guy, okay? But there was no mustard. So I go into the fridge to grab my mustard because I like to eat it, and then I put a thin line across the burger of mustard and eat it. Out of mustard. There was like a drop left, and I went running through the cabinets, the pantry. No mustard in the house. Of all the shopping I did for my ma, just even out for a while, I don't buy no mustard, right? So it sucked. There was nothing on it. But this is not really the moral of the story. When I was driving home, you guys, and this, I don't know what this was. So I decided to take some obscure route home. It's kind of a creepy road. And on both sides of the road, there's hardly no traffic lights. And that's why I like it, because you can just blaze right down it really fast. But there's no lights. On the left is the woods. On the right's the woods. And the woods, and this stretch runs maybe 300 yards. For those not familiar with yards, 3 football fields. And they're relatively deep, but I don't believe anybody lives here because there's no driveways. It's kind of like off of the, like almost as though you're on a freeway. And I got to tell you guys, and we can end the show with this. I'm not suggesting this was a cryptid or anything, because I'm not just going to make that up for the show. But I'm looking down the hill from the woods, and this animal is running, coming down the hill, and I can see it in the distance. And I'm getting closer. I kind of speed up to catch up to this thing.
Mm-hmm.
And it must have been the fastest dog I've ever seen in the world because, first of all, it was like at least 4 foot tall. And it's had these long ass spindly legs. And the thing that intrigued me most about this is it ran like a blaze. I've never seen a dog run so fast. You guys, I just snapped my fingers. That's how fast it blurred right past me. It was not a human being or nothing. And I'm guessing it was a dog, but I kind of said, whoa, what is that? And I kind of looked to the other side of the road where it kind of ran, but it was already gone. But again, not suggesting it was anything, but I've never seen something run that fast, you guys. Maybe I've never seen a Great Dane or any other fast dog, because a Great Dane is kind of tall with long, spindly legs, right?
Mm-hmm.
But this thing was like motoring faster than my car was. So I just thought that'd be interesting to tell you guys. I'm not suggesting it was anything, probably a fast dog, but I will say this. It was as fast that it was almost like shot out of a cannon, and it was almost like a blur. I could make out that it was something, though. And I'm like, wow. So I have to remember maybe to go back to this part of town and maybe kind of rummage around because I don't know. And again, nobody lives back in there. So who knows what it was? Maybe coyote, I don't know. But it was fast as hell, you guys. Fast as hell. So I know it probably was nothing. So it kind of got my adrenaline going. Cool, what did I see? But then I totally forgot about it when I got home and discovered I had no mustard.
Mm-hmm.
So that's my little.
How do you have no mustard in your house? And not
How
real
can you
food?
not text? I don't know, because I use mustard on everything.
That's why you didn't have any.
I even use it as a binder for my ribs. I don't know. I just don't know.
What kind of mustard do you use as on your ribs?
As the binder, just one quick layer of the Ploshmans. Just basic. Then when I put my rub on it, it sticks and it bastes into the.
What is
into the rib.
Ploshmans? When I say what kind of mustard, I mean
It's
what?
a Polish mustard.
Okay, I use spicy brown mustard.
Okay, very nice. Yeah, I'm sure it's enjoyable.
I like stone ground mustard.
Ooh, wow, yeah.
It's my favorite.
I don't have enough money to buy Grey Poupon.
Right, Poupon.
The mustard of the elite, sitting in the back seat of a limousine. With that being said, this is a great show, you guys. I know the girls want to get to bed. I'm gonna cut it. Thanks for everyone for coming on in. I want to thank Maggie and Gas Station Sushi. I do like gas station food, by the way. I should have probably went there today.
Yeah, but
for
I
the
drive
5
home
memberships.
It would have done the same thing as the White Castle to your stomach, so that's fine.
Exactly.
Well, I didn't eat all 10, Monica. I ate
God, I hope.
horrible.
Your bathroom thanks you.
Did you get cheese fries? Their cheese fries are really good there.
I just got 10 White Castles. They wanted nothing else. I didn't want to be. Yeah, I just got that. For whatever it costs, $12, which is kind of cheap. I guess, I don't know.
Yeah.
So with that being said, I just got to find the. Oh no, I got to do this. I'm gonna leave with this. For everybody, it's still 71 still in the chat, so they get to see this. I love everybody. Thanks for the super
Whoa!
chat.
Whoa!
What?
Whoa!
What?
I'm going to do a night out. Who's doing it with me?
Go to the Night Owl show. You know what, Tex? Give me a few minutes, and I'll pop on with you.
All right.
Just the Lions
Who's
don't
going
come
with
on
that?
until
Who's
the
going
Lions
with that?
don't. Huh?
I'm missing out. I'm tired.
The girls are going back. I'll pop
You
on
know,
with you.
Ben.
I'm struggling here.
Make the show
Yeah.
next. I'll come on. Give me a few
Me
minutes
too.
though.
I see Breezy in chat. We'll get him.
Yeah, go on over. I'll come over for a little bit, Tex. I got
All right, I'm starting a night out, folks.
the Lions aren't on
All right.
until 8:30.
I'll send the link to
tomorrow night.
Breezy.
Okay.
Link them up. I'm going to end it on this note. Thanks for everybody for coming on in.
This is the future. Evolution. This is the future.